I'm standing here in front of the Clover Hill Tavern. This is the oldest building here in the village of Appomattox Court House. It was built in 1819 by the Pattison family as a stop along the Richmond-Lynchburg Stage Road. And at that time it consisted of more buildings than just the one behind me. There was a dining room, a small bar, and some that still remain, such as the guest house, the kitchen, and a slave quarters. This was not only the first building here, but it's the reason the village of Appomattox Court House grew up here, starting off from that stage stop. By 1845, this has become the county seat for Appomattox County. New courthouse building, jail, and other buildings will begin to grow up here. By the 1860s, the tavern was owned by the Hicks family. And in April of 1865, the Clover Hill Tavern will be the only other building besides the McLean House to have any significant role in the surrender. We're going to head on in and find out about that. When General Robert E. Lee surrendered the Army of Northern Virginia on April 9th of 1865, it was technically not the end of the American Civil War. It was only the end of that one army, roughly 30,000 Confederate soldiers trapped here at Appomattox Court House by Grant's forces. There will be a little-known meeting the next day on April 10th on the far end of this village for about 30 minutes between these two generals. And they discuss what will happen to Lee's soldiers as they head home areas all across the South. They'll be passing through the lines of other armies. And what it's decided is to issue each and every one of them a piece of paper proving they have indeed surrendered. These will be called parole passes, and they will be printed right here in this room by the Union Army. Printing presses such as these you see before me will be brought into this room, and in about a day and a half, nearly 28,000 of those passes will be printed, 4 to a page. They will then be distributed to the Confederate Army and filled out and signed by the Confederate officers themselves for the men in their units. They simply know who's there. These passes provide not only safe passage home through the lines, but also free transportation and rations, food, courtesy of the U.S. Army and Navy. And we know of some of these Confederate soldiers from places like Louisiana and Texas that took advantage of that transportation to get home. Other men simply want to head home as quickly as they can, avoiding any Union armies that may be in their path.